feeling now 2 weeks later?
Can we say the beef's done? Start with that. Is the beef done?
Is it done? I think.
Fatigue.
Well, I think the beef is done, but
I think they're gonna say
this
things
track's done.
still. I think of you know.
Diss tracks are done.
Diss tracks are done. Oh,
Diss
there's gonna be
tracks
hella
are
subliminal,
Niggas
especially
still
from Drake.
don't like
I
each other.
believe that. Yes, but I don't think that they're gonna stop shooting at each other.
No.
I think that's like for as long as they're around, they're always gonna have something about like I'm better or I did this or whatever.
So who won?
Oh,
The
man.
fans.
Well, we definitely won. The fans won. Who actually won the beef, Fats?
I mean, it was a clean victory by Kendrick Lamar, obviously, but Drake still gets the respect of the people because he held his own, he fought back, he didn't run, and like he showed he has the fucking, the balls to stand up to anybody.
I don't think it was a long victory.
It was a clean one though.
You definitely
Sure.
burnt this shit the
But
fuck
not
out.
long. It didn't last more than 2 weeks. We're already like.
I think Jay, I agree with Jay completely. Like I think as a Drake fan, like I think that Kendrick won.
Absolutely.
I think Kendrick dropping Not Like Us. Not Like Us was the biggest record, had the most plays. It's probably the most popular record out of the whole beef.
Every diss record that Kendrick dropped has more fucking plays than
So I think that
Drake's
Kendrick.
combined.
I think that record right there, because a lot of the ones that Kendrick did leading up, I don't know, like Euphoria, the different ones he dropped, were very like Kendrick records, like rapping like Kendrick. Typical things. Exactly what I expected from him is what he did. But Not Like Us is like a party record. It's a dance record. It's different. It's something that I didn't really expect from Kendrick, and it was a diss at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
hard.
record, and it was hard. So like people, and that's probably people's favorite record in the beef. So for me, Kendrick with that song wins the beef. But like I said, I don't think that it was like a blatant or like he washed him. Like I think
Right.
Drake held his own. Family Matters is the best actual diss in my opinion. The Drake's Family Matters is the best diss record out of the beef. But the best song is Not Like Us.
You know what I'm curious to see, like a year from now, which song had more plays? Because right now we're playing Kendrick, but like long term, what is gonna be like the replay value?
The numbers don't lie, but I think
I'm curious to
this
see
the
it
first
like
time.
within
This
a
the first
year.
time I've ever seen like people actually like really kind of turning on Drake. I never really seen
I
nobody
think that's
like.
been a thing for a while, bro. Drake
I ain't
has
never really
real
seen
haters.
that.
There are Drake haters out here, bro. People who do not like Drake.
Just because.
It's because it might be because
It's
he's
not
half
just
white, it might be because
he's
he
number
sings.
one.
It might be because he's the best, or his numbers are the best. Like people don't like Drake. I don't think there's anyone out here like. Even though I wanted Drake to win, I'm definitely a bigger Drake fan than Kendrick. I was not looking at Kendrick like, oh, Kendrick sucks. I want Kendrick to lose. I like Kendrick. I still listen to his music. I wanted to see what Kendrick was gonna do. I think there's people who are literally writing off Drake from the second the shit started. Like Kendrick won. That's all I can say about it. Kendrick's better. That's all it is.
But when is and I agree with you because I listen to Drake more than Kendrick, period. But I've never seen so much going against Drake. I've never really seen like the people going against Drake like this in this kind of way.
I mean, if my memory is correct, in the beginning, before Kendrick responded to Drake, everyone had Drake predicting Drake to just destroy Kendrick. That was, in the beginning, that was what it was. But before Kendrick responded the second time, well, the first time, everyone had Drake sweep.
I don't think so. I think he dropped
history.
He dropped the shit with
man.
Future and Metro, and everybody's like, oh, Kendrick fucking came out, dropped one bar against the big 3 bar, and now fucking everybody's.
think
was
nobody
hyped
expected
about
I don't
that.
feel like
Yeah.
nobody won.
Yeah.
I don't think
No
nobody
one won?
expected Kendrick.
I don't
to
feel like
even,
nobody won.
I didn't even.
Right. I think there needs to be like a
Or
scorecard.
are you saying you
like
think everyone won?
From the perspective of like the fans, yeah, the fans won because we got some dope shit, especially from Kendrick. But as far as like between them two, because
They got too nasty.
nobody talks about the Heart
No.
Part 6, which was the last response from Drake when he does his talking and shit. And he pretty much just
Which
says like,
was
"Nigga, we
dope.
waiting on you." Like, what you got? I'm gonna say all this. I know what you about to say. I know what you, but you probably got 10 more songs. Go ahead and drop them shits. Like, but you burnt this shit out. You feel me? But like, come on, like, what's up? We waiting on you now. Kendrick hasn't said anything.
But on that,
Kendrick hasn't said anything since that Not Like Us record
There
dropped.
should be
I don't think he's
a
going to.
beef scorecard.
what else
though.
is there to say though?
Scorecard.
Because
Cause Drake-
levels of it.
cause
So
Drake-
is that
That's
all?
a good segue, 'cause-
So
Well,
so
Drake-
is that all you came outside for?
Well, Drake, I would say Drake's very strategic as far as saying something before it even happens, so you can't say nothing.
But is that not being good at what you do?
I'm B Rabbit now.
That's just
from
good at
8
what
Mile.
you do. That's no different than like
I am from a
being
trailer
Kobe
park.
and just practicing and knowing what your opponent's gonna do before he does it. Like that's just competitive nature.
But I feel like what else could Drake or
I
Kendrick
think that
say?
if Kendrick, like you said off camera, if Kendrick crawls back into his fucking hole, goes to his big ass house he just bought, and just chills with his family and doesn't drop any music, then how could you not say that he came out and did this with Drake just to make money and made money off Drake's name? How could you not say that?
How could you say he lost doing that?
I know I'm not talking about win or lose. I'm talking
But
about
that's
the
why I
next
don't feel
step,
like
the next
nobody
step.
won.
The next step, like
And I
he
can
needs to
agree
drop.
with that, too.
I think he needs to drop an album. He needs to do something. Like don't just disappear back to your hole.
So do you feel like
After
Drake
you
needs
did
to drop
this-
an album too?
I think
I
Drake's
think-
gonna drop an album.
I think Drake should chill and retire like he said he wanted to.
I
don't
think they
know
both drop an
that.
album.
I don't know that he needs. I don't know that Kendrick needs to drop an album. I do think that if he does, is because he's got to take advantage of the moment. It's just a smart move to take advantage of the moment.
That's all I feel like.
But I don't think it's like him to do that.
Cardi B said that. A lot of people said that they were supposed to be dropping music this summer, but Cardi B said that she's not dropping music for the rest of 2024 because Drake and Kendrick took up basically the timeline that it would take for someone
She's
to
making an excuse. She probably ain't got shit to drop.
that's what
she's
Joe
gonna
Budden
drop
said.
album.
That's what Joe Budden said.
She making an excuse. Cardi might have.
Her label.
She's always gonna be popping, but her
No,
music star might have died out.
She tweeted that, and her label said her label's been fussing at her for an album for years now.
She ain't got an album.
Her label, after she tweeted that, her label said no. She definitely is dropping an album in 2024. Like
They need her to.
I don't think she wants to rap.
What-
Not to be
I
off topic.
think-
I don't think Cardi wants to be an artist.
I think it changed. I think the beef definitely
Does
changed.
anybody want to hear her?
I think people.
She's an influencer.
nothing but
now.
hits.
I think she'll
Yeah.
definitely get plays, but I don't think she wants to be an artist.
she drops
anymore.
hits, dog.
But I can understand what she's saying, that
She
maybe
has
not
dropped
wanting
hits,
to
yeah.
drop because it has changed. Like hip hop is different. Like everything is probably
Bro,
not.
people
what
are not going to be
she
talking
would
about
drop.
this beef in 3 months. Like,
No,
one's
bro,
gonna be
there's so
talking about
much
this
shit
beef
we got.
But maybe
It'll be a
she-
moment-
maybe-
it'll be a moment we go back to, like we do an end of the year
But what
pod, the
if
best moments
She
2024.
said
but
the timeline, right? So what if she was planning on dropping a single like last week, and we were all consumed with like the beef? Now she has to pull that back, and now the timeline has changed. I don't
Right,
think that
yeah.
like
Yeah.
is that maybe I don't know. I don't know
No,
what she
I feel
has,
that.
I
but
feel it.
it does
Her
change
rollout.
things because now we're not maybe wanting to listen to her at this very moment because we just got over a beef. But
Because to be honest, when it comes to hip hop right now, like who are we like really
Who's moving the
looking
needle?
forward to?
Who's moving the needle?
Drake album.
and that's what upsets me about
Not even
this
really
beef
trying to
because
like we matching up and
if we
blending
get rid of
records.
Drake, who are we left with?
Damn,
I
I
mean-
never even think about it like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
we
I
can't
got
really
I
get
got
rid
people
of him.
that I fuck with, but it might not be for everybody.
Mainstream, like
But
you
it's
know,
not mainstream
It
shit.
ain't mainstream.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I fuck with Griselda.
We
you
not
know,
listening. We not niggas ain't listening
that's
to.
why we can't really get rid of him. That's why he needs to just leave him
I don't
alone.
say nobody needs to get rid of or like.
That's a crazy perspective.
I don't think ain't nobody getting rid of Drake.
I've been thinking about that ever since. Like, why are we
Not because
doing
I
this?
enjoy Drake's music.
Because then we're left with Kendrick,
Blazer.
and no offense, I like Kendrick. I think he's a great artist, but he doesn't drop as often, and he's also not going to give people what they really want as a whole.
all the time.
All the
Yeah,
time,
I feel
right.
you.
Good.
Because
I feel
out of
you.
how many records did he drop, and how many do we listen to?
Yeah,
feel
but
that.
are you doing something for everybody or are you doing it for yourself and
But when
you
we're
have your core
talking about
fans?
getting rid of Drake, who does something for everybody, who are we replacing with? And that's
Gave
what I'm
niggas
saying.
a
Do we
dance
replace
album,
him
man.
with Kendrick? No, we're
I don't want to
realistically
get rid of
we're
Drake
not.
though.
Damn, man.
That
I
you
ain't
don't
What if
thinking
this
about it.
ends Drake?
I
What
don't
if this
think so.
beef? What if his next album flops because people
And
lost
then-
respect because of this beef?
So look, right?
That's a
Who
real
are we-
problem.
and then who are we
Fact.
left with?
I don't think a Drake album could really ever actually flop. Even
Nah,
if it's
it's
bad,
crazy.
I don't think it's actually gonna.
As long as he's
come
got the
flop.
girls.
Because we just talk about it all the time. Like he just said the other day, like
Well, that's the same thing with Cardi
They-
B.
they
Like,
get it
are
in.
Cardi B fans really the fans that listen to Drake and Kendrick?
yeah, different
Nah.
fans.
But real quick. So,
But a
after
couple albums, sorry.
after Ether dropped, Jay-Z dropped Blueprint 2.
And what happened?
Shit didn't go well. He dropped Blueprint 2.1 with like a club record on there. Shit kind of got popping again. So it doesn't. Sometimes it might affect him, it might not. But a nigga like Drake, no matter what happens, it's still gonna go.
Because if Drake comes out talking tough again, niggas ain't gonna want to hit that right now.
No, I don't know.
You
I don't
know,
think niggas
like
care
Kendrick
enough about
said,
that shit.
Yo,
no more.
stop us the tough talk and get back to the dancing records.
I don't think niggas give a fuck
us
about
little
that
bit
no
of
more.
both. He can still, and sometimes, all right, he does talk his tough shit, but he also talks about. Well, he does talk a lot about girls,
Well,
but
I think
he
if
is
you
who he
feel-
is. I think he's very confident.
If someone feels that he can't talk a certain way anymore that he talked before because of that beef, I think that you felt that way before the beef, and you were already feeling that way to begin with.
I agree with that.
So
but I also
if
say
you
that-
have a problem with anything that Kendrick said and you agree, like the thing that Kendrick was pointing out, people were like, oh yeah, like again the half white thing, the culture appropriation thing. If that bothered you before the beef, it's gonna bother you after the beef. So I think you're not gonna if you didn't like Drake before, you're not gonna like him now. I don't think it changed. And if you liked him before, I think you still like him now. I don't think anybody that was on either side it changed.
Look
anything.
at this though. Look at the look at the single records that they dropped, right? And look how many numbers it did. It did numbers like albums do,
Yeah.
but more than that. So I think right now, it should be no pressure for them to drop. They don't have to. They already did what they had to do. Right now, it might be time for them to just chill. Or if Kendrick want to drop and what, I really just don't feel like nobody is pressured on either side. Or
I think Kendrick need to drop. That's just me.
I'm just for me. It's like,
I
what
think
was it
he
all?
should
What was
take
it? What was it all
Because if he
for?
didn't drop any music, then it's like I said, what
He
was it
should
all
take
for?
advantage of the
What
moment.
was
Is
it
it
all
gonna
for,
be any
bro?
good? I mean, I don't know.
Before we move on, what do y'all heard about that Drake was at Dreamville Fest?
I
And then he
heard
left
that
30
he was
minutes
there
before?
and left 30 minutes. But why did they
Whoa,
say he
for
left?
real?
Just throwing back. I don't know if y'all remember. I called it when he
That he
dropped
was
First
gonna be
Person
there.
Shooter. That when the beef started, that I thought that Drake and Cole would go out at Dreamville Fest, perform First Person Shooter, and stand on business with the beef because I was right after Kendrick had dropped the diss and then J. Cole dropped his mixtape. I called that out. So apparently Drake was there. Drake was in the
Well, why
building. The
did
whole
he
team was
leave?
there, and he left 30 minutes before Cole went on stage. So
Drake
it must have been a
saw Pound.
situation where
He probably knew he was
He
going
he
to
knew
say
he was
what
going to
gonna say.
apologize.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to go out there and perform first person shooter. So I can only imagine that they were going to stand on whatever
Yeah.
the beef was about, or maybe spark it off there. And he left, so he must have got wind that he apologized. So, what do y'all think about that?
I mean,
Damn, I ain't know.
he
I
was
just seen the video
standing
just now.
on-
Literally,
he
I
was
just seen the video just
standing
now.
on.
I feel like Cole fans is
What
Cole
he
fans.
said.
They not every Cole fan.
And apparently,
is not
Schoolboy Q was there because he performed at Dreamville Fest, and he told Cole apparently
to
it's also-
fall
he
back a
told
little bit.
to fall back that
This is a
Kendrick
bigger
doesn't
fight.
have beef with Cole. They just competitive nature, but he has real beef with Drake.
Yeah.
To fall back,
and I
and
could
that's
see
why
that.
J. Cole decided to fall back because Schoolboy Q said that to him. How true that is, this podcast talk is going on the internet, but I think it's pretty interesting.
Damn, for
'Cause
Drake to be there.
I had a
Dip.
feeling that Drake was going to be there because like after that shit happened, I think the biggest moment would have been to go out on Dreamville stage and
That would've
perform that record. You know what I mean?
That would have put J. Cole
Directly into it, though.
I chose a side at this point.
Exactly.
For sure.
And I don't
So,
think J. Cole
with
wanted
all of
that.
that said,
Does that change your view on the apology?
I always
Because it
agreed
changed
with
his
the
mind.
apology.
It changed his mind a little bit.
I always
Me
agreed
too.
with
It
the
changed his
apology.
mind a little bit.
Thank you,
It
Ben.
kind of makes me understand why Cole did it a little more, even though I still think it was a soft move. But I kind of think maybe he did foresee what was going to happen. And he did say,
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
didn't
going to
want
stick
that.
this shit out and be
Yeah.
like,
And it's a
you
bigger
know,
fight. It's
yeah.
more than just like, I think for Kendrick, it's more than just like, oh, I'm the greatest rapper. It's
Yeah.
more to
Yeah,
him.
there might be
personal.
some other
It's
shit
personal.
going on
Yeah,
behind
it's
the scenes.
personal.
Yeah.
I think he really doesn't like him as a man,
Yeah.
like all of that stuff.
I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you talk.
Can I just say that I
Hate the way that you
said
dress.
this shit and y'all was on my ass about J. Cole apology.
Hey, I didn't know. We don't know all the details. You find details change shit. But
I
I
get
still
it.
think it's a soft move. I still think it was
Man,
soft.
fuck J. Cole,
It's still
man. He's
soft.
still a bitch.
You
Nah, I'm
cannot say
kidding.
that.
It was still
I
soft.
knew you was about to do it.
It was still soft, but
No.
Bitch ass nigga. Nah, I'm kidding.
it makes me understand a little bit more his mindset as to why he did it.
J. Cole,
You know what I mean?
like these motherfuckers is not dummies, bro.
Yeah.
And he really won in the fight because he's somewhere like I think I sent you guys a picture of him like
he didn't
by
win
the
no
beach.
Fight. Well, he didn't win. He didn't even try fighting. He walked away from the fight.
he's
He ran home on
he's
his bike.
winning. I think in my eyes he's
in New
winning.
York.
Literally, he rode home on his bike.
Kendrick and J. Cole were
He went
roommates.
home to his
He's
mom.
like, all right, I'm going to sleep now. Peaceful sleep, peaceful life. Oh, that was perfect. Yeah, no, I mean,
I needed you, Pam, on that one
I
episode.
know. You guys should have called me.
Nah, man.
'Cause I would've been like,
I'm
"No,
just glad
I'm
it's
here,
coming back
bye."
full circle because I knew, man.
Yeah.
Look, if somebody want to stand back, if they want to stand down, let them stand down. Because otherwise, if you get in a fight, people gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Well, I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with your birthday being selfish and understanding what is important in your life, and some shit
Facts.
you just don't need in your
He don't
life.
wanna
And I
give
think
us what
he
we wanted.
realized I don't need that in my life, so I'm
Even though
not
that's
even
what
gonna
everybody else wants.
engage.
And if you really understand you on that level, you got. I mean, you respect it.
Nah,
Yeah.
You got to. Nah,
I'm
you
still
got
ready
to.
for the album. I'm
No,
so
for
excited
sure.
for the album.
Oh yeah, and I think
Let's
it's
see how
gonna
that
be. It's still
pans
gonna be
out.
good because
I think
He's
now-
probably waiting. He's
Let me
probably waiting
tell
for this
you.
shit to die
I was
down.
about to
That-
say. I think if J. Cole drop an album, I think that shit gonna go crazy.
it's gonna be good. And I mean, if you re-listen, I don't know how many of you guys have re-listened to
was that
Might
so
Delete
later?
This Later. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Nah,
We
he
were
rapped
all
his ass
caught
off
up
with
with the apology that we didn't really listen to it as much,
There's a
or
lot
maybe
of
we didn't
music.
talk about it. But it's really good.
Nah, I bump it too.
330 million is